Good morning, my crazy degenerate crypto friends. How you doing this morning? I'm doing good myself. The market's down about 1.5%. Today, I'm going to make another purchase. I've just been buying every dip. I'm having so much fun buying these coins cheap. I have to admit, it's a little bit scary to keep adding in when you don't know where the market's going to go, but it's just so cheap right now that I think even if it goes down further, these are very good prices. So I just keep buying. So let's check out the news. We got BlackRock says they are going to offer ETFs of Ethereum with 18% staking revenue. I believe that's what this says. BlackRock and Coinbase will take an 18% cut of the staking revenue generated by BlackRock's forthcoming Ethereum exchange. What does this mean? What does this mean? I'm confused. The 18% will be split between BlackRock, Coinbase. Maybe Coinbase is the custodian, and I don't really understand this. BlackRock is going to take half and pay half to the people that have the ETF. Something like that. I don't know. Ethereum is going to have yield on BlackRock's ETF. Basically, I guess that's what it's saying. I don't know how much. I don't understand how much yield, but that's cool. That's really cool. I mean, this is what I'm really looking forward to. Owning stocks on blockchain, although you don't have the diversification of risk there. Owning stocks on blockchain and being able to earn your interest in the blockchain. That's great. I mean, because then it's so much easier to control. You don't have like a third party. You don't have brokers in the middle. So, I mean, I'm kind of excited about that, and I want to take more time to actually look into what's available now because there's so much already available in terms of tokenized assets. XRP did something here, but the page disappeared. What the heck happened? Go to the next one. Also disappeared. Everything disappeared. Coinbase lets XRP, Cardano, and Dogecoin holders borrow up to $100,000 without selling. So it's offering more lending products against your crypto. Because the whole reason to have this lending against your crypto thing is so that you don't have to sell your crypto. So if you want to buy something but you want to hold your crypto because you think it's going to be worth more in the future, then you can just get a loan from Coinbase or Binance or something like that and hope you don't get liquidated. Like if the price goes down a lot, you can get liquidated and then you lose your crypto. So that's really actually quite cool. I'm excited about this too. I'm really excited about getting loans from crypto. And also the idea of being able to show the bank your crypto holdings to get loans. So they can see that you have money in crypto, that you have this asset. Whereas, before you couldn't really, it's not like money in the bank, or it's not like a property. So that would be really awesome if you could use your crypto as equity to show the bank, for the bank to give you a loan also. So Cryptos R Us says Washington is about to legalize crypto's dollar rail. Brian Armstrong says only a short list of issues remain before the crypto market structure bill could reach the president's desk within months. Man, still months? That sounds like a long time. The administration is aligned. The Senate is moving daily. This isn't just a stablecoin bill. Stablecoins are the on-chain dollar. Very important for the United States to keep the dominance of the U.S. dollar, to keep the U.S. dollar as a reserve currency. If they can get everyone using U.S. stablecoins, that would be really good for the dollar. So stablecoins are the on-chain dollar, the settlement layer between banks, fintech, exchanges, and DeFi. But the broader market structure bill defines what regulates what, how tokens are classified, and how crypto firms interact with the banking system. Yeah, they have the SEC, basically the people, the governing body that governs the stock market, that would govern crypto in its early stages, every project in early stages, and then the commodities commission that governs like gold and all that stuff, they would take over the governing of every crypto that gets to a mature state. So it's like the beginning when it's risky, and then when it's less risky and more established, the other governing body controls it. So And then the big sticking point that we all have is the yield on stablecoins. People need to be able to get yield interest on stablecoins. Otherwise, the bill is no good. Otherwise, legalizing or having clarity is no good. And banks don't want it because they'll lose business. But the banks could, they could make their own stablecoins. I don't know. Biggest African economies lead stablecoin demand growth. So Africa is getting with the crypto. Africa's biggest economies, Nigeria and South Africa, are driving the strongest growth in demand for stablecoins and the most optimistic about their potential. Many users also wanting them to become more widely accepted. Stables are promising faster and cheaper ways to move money in poorer countries. Yes, this is one very important thing about crypto. You can buy any crypto asset you want from anywhere. So you could hold, stable coins, dollar stable coins. So it's like holding dollars. You live in, some poor country. You can take your currency, put it into an exchange, buy U.S. stable coin or Bitcoin or any other crypto, and increase, hold the value of what you have if you're in some place with high inflation, or just, hold, you can have assets from any country. So it's quite amazing. The world has never been this uncertain. Global uncertainty just reached the highest level in history. The World Uncertainty Index has now surpassed every major crisis. The 9/11 attacks, the Iraq War, the COVID crash, all fueled by Trump's tariff war shaking global trade. I don't know. Yeah, the tariffs have something to do with it, but I think the market is shaking off tariffs a lot more. In the beginning, it was like going crazy. Like whenever there was a tariff announcement, crash, but now it's like, oh, new tariffs. Oh, okay. Well, I don't think the market reacts as much anymore. Wendy O says, Arizona SB 1649, creating a state-run crypto reserve holding XRP, BTC, and more, cleared the Senate Finance Committee and now heads to the Rules Committee. So Arizona looking to hold Bitcoin, XRP, apparently. Why would you want to hold XRP? I don't know. Lark Davis, Pokemon card just sold for $16 million at auction. That's more than most mansions, private jets, and 99% of crypto portfolios. Stop telling me Bitcoin is too expensive at $67,000. People pay $16 million. This is the NFT craze all over again. My goodness gracious. Insanity. I honestly would like to see NFT craze come back. That means people are bullish and excited in crypto. Because man, that was the craziest thing. Even I bought a couple small NFTs. Total waste of money. Okay, 𝗃𝗵𝗿𝗀𝗃 says, alts reversal will be massive. You're not prepared for what is coming. So he's got his little chart here. I'm not a big chart person, but he thinks there's going to be a breakout here. Let's see. We'll see. I hope so, man. I'm buying every single freaking dip. I'm buying a lot. Luckily, I've been able to. So buying at these prices, I'm really, man, if the market comes back, it's going to be really good for me. And for everybody who buys cheap, it's hard to buy cheap. There's a lot of doubt in the market. Cryptos are us, says gold rip, crypto paid for. Tom Lee's angle is simple. Gold is a $30 trillion asset, and it surged nearly 20% in 2 days. That's trillions in value shifting fast. The entire crypto market is only around $2 trillion in comparison. When something this big moves violently, portfolios have to rebalance. Shorts get squeezed. Margin calls hit. To buy more gold, you sell what's liquid. Crypto's liquid. So he's saying a lot of people sold their crypto to get into gold because everyone's getting FOMO about gold. No. I think with all this quantum computing talk and worry, it's a good idea to hold gold and silver. Hold some hard assets. I'm waiting for mid-March 2026 alt season loading in 2 to 3 weeks, says Crypto GVR. I sure hope so, man. I sure hope so. Man, if we get, we don't have to have a full-blown alt season. Just, have some nice recoveries and some good altcoins, and man, that will be amazing. Eric Trump at World Liberty Forum. If you look at the last 10 years, Bitcoin has gone up 70% on average year on year. Let's listen to what Eric Trump has to say.
Because guess what? There's a lot of countries around the world rampant corruption, bad governments, bad currencies, massive inflation. These people don't stand a chance. They get a paycheck. They don't stand a chance. They may as well go and throw it in a fire and just burn it. Whereas now, all of a sudden, using a simple telephone, using your iPhone, all of a sudden you can buy U.S.-backed, one-to-one, as Don said, based on U.S. treasuries. You can buy stablecoin, and you can actually be part of the greatest financial system in the world. But that's a wonderful thing for
But gold has been doing well too. And I know stablecoin is different than Bitcoin, but you've been big proponents and bullish on Bitcoin as well.
We still are. I'm a huge proponent of Bitcoin. I do think it hits $1 million.
So they're saying that what I was already saying before, anywhere in the world you can buy crypto, you can buy Bitcoin. You can buy a U.S. stablecoin. That's amazing. This is awesome. That's funny. The two Trump brothers together. I think Eric is more. He tends to talk more about crypto and Bitcoin, I think, than Don Jr. FUD can be paid, bought, trading volume can be generated. Which exchange people trust to store their money in is hard to fake. So apparently Binance remains the king of stablecoin liquidity. 47.5 billion in USDT and USDC reserves now sit on Binance, accounting for 65% of all stablecoins. Binance used to have BUSD, which did quite well, and they were forced to get rid of it by the U.S. government before this pro-crypto administration. I mean, if I were Binance, I'd be pissed. I'd be bringing back my BUSD. So when they got rid of BUSD, they started promoting USDC as opposed to USDT, which is kind of like the leader. Crypto, it's going to happen, trust me. So we're looking at a chart here from Crypto Guru. Basically, it's like we're going to bounce off the trending line and go straight up. I hope so, man. I hope so. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm pumped. I'm excited. Let's go. Okay, so let's see. The Grand Inquisitor, Cicero. Let's see, what does he say? I have seen more people leave crypto in the past 1 to 2 years than I have seen people leave in the deepest bear of 22 and 2023. And I'm not talking about retail. Retail has left December 21st, January 22nd, and has never returned since. I don't know about that. Now I'm talking about crypto believers. Most of my friends gave up along the journey, most of them in 2025, the alleged bull run year, and the rest buy now this year. Well, I have something to say about that. Basically, I have learned in life, I'm 50 years old now, and I've learned in life late, because I'm a late bloomer, that in order to be successful at things, you have to stick with them. In order to succeed, you have to keep going, and it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to make the perfect gains or 1 million euros or dollars. It doesn't have to be. Just if you want to do well and succeed, you just have to stick with things until you succeed. So if you quit halfway through, all the time you spent working on it and following it and learning and all this stuff was wasted. So I haven't succeeded in crypto. There have been 2 points when I was well up, and if I had sold, well, that would have been a good success. But I didn't sell, so round tripping those gains. But every time I have more money. And the gains go higher. So now I'm buying very, very cheap. And I think when we go up again, I will be doing even better. And hopefully at some point, I will sell at a good time and reap my rewards. And I would like to invest that money into something that gives me cash flow, like property. So getting back to the point. So how come we apparently had a bull market and everyone claims, and yet everyone was leaving because their portfolios were wrecked and they were sick of waiting? Yeah, we didn't have a bull market. It was just Bitcoin, and some altcoins went up. Everyone in space is burned out and has started to hate cryptocurrencies. The endless shakeouts, the manipulation, the fake promises, the thousands of scammers. It all led to everyone being so disgusted by this industry that they never wanted to be involved with it ever again. Most of my friends are gone, literally gone. Poof, they vanished, probably never to be seen again. Many of them were hardcore believers. They sacrificed everything for this space, but 5 years of pain for alts and no recovery was too much. They didn't make it. We did have a little alt season in 2023, 2024. I know there's a lot of people who kill themselves because of this, and it's tragic. Nobody should ever kill themselves over money, but I know it can feel terrible to lose large amounts of money, but it's not as important as health and your loved ones. And it's not just friends, experts, crypto believers, and also many, many good people and many great crypto communities all gone. And this is why it infuriates me when the remaining dipshits in this space scream from the roofs that the bear market has started and the bull run is over. What bull run, you piece of shit? We have been in a bear market since November 2021. It truly pisses me off when I read this. These same assholes were calling for 400,000 Bitcoin just a half a year ago. You know what is also true? This is really long, but it's kind of funny, so I'm just reading the whole thing. Nobody gives a single crap about BTC hitting 126,000. I was there. I was actually here every single day. When we hit 126,000, crypto Twitter was dead silent. They were still depressed and busy with wanking each other because Sol didn't make it to 1,000. And this is true for every BTC all-time high apart from 100,000. Everything above 100,000 was met with disinterest. That's true. I remember it was like, BTC, Bitcoin was really going up and there wasn't that much excitement. It doesn't seem like, quote unquote retail was getting in. And I think it's just because altcoins were just not moving, and altcoins is what people get excited about. So anyways, going back. And don't forget legacy media or radio stations, aka Normie World. They didn't care either. No one really bothered to report on it. And you want to tell me this was euphoria? When people were leaving in hordes, no one cared about BTC's weak-ass all-time high gains, and ETH didn't even make an impressive new all-time high. This is euphoria. Screw you, retards. Not actually what he said, but he said, F you, retards. They, the elite, manipulate the space on purpose, and they want you all out and gone. They even went so far as to suppress alts this much and make you believe the 4-year cycle has played out and it's all business as usual. You're all brainwashed. I know this phase of pain will eventually end, but it will happen when literally no one in the world ever believes in it anymore, which we're really effing close to, if I'm being honest. People do not believe in altcoins. Every time altcoins pump, they crash again. After getting burnt in 2018, after getting burnt in 2021, normal people are not trusting altcoins. That's why right now I'm just buying the good ones. Sol, AVAX, Link. I haven't bought Ethereum. I might buy it if it's cheaper. Near. What else? What am I forgetting? Anyways, yeah, I'm not buying any small stuff right now. No small stuff. I'm buying stuff that is dirt cheap and I know it's going to come back. Or most of them I know it's going to. Sol is what I have the most. What the F is wrong with Bitcoin? Oil going up, silver pumping up, gold pumping up, Bitcoin going down. And then Alex Becker says, you realize people posted this in reverse as Bitcoin went from 15,000 to 125,000 in the last 2 years, while these did nothing. Yeah, so Bitcoin was going crazy. And if you look over the whole time period, Bitcoin has done so much better than everything else. Okay, it's very simple. Price goes to 0, I go down with that. We're talking about Solana here. Price goes to 1,000, I retire. I'm not selling for anything in between. Yeah, this is the kind of attitude I think you have to have in crypto. Is you have like targets. You say, okay, well, I'm buying at this amount and my idea is to sell at this amount. I think it will do this well. And you don't know, and most of the time it's probably not going to hit your target, but it's good to have an idea, because then it's like you're never gonna sell, you're never gonna take profit, and you're always gonna be putting money in. So that's kind of like my idea with Solana. I think, well, if we get serious adoption, we're getting adoption, I think Solana could go to 1,000. Or maybe even if it goes to 500, I would be like, okay, I'm selling some of it, because this is very good profit. But I don't know, we'll see. But 1,000 is kind of in my mind like the target. I think for a lot of people, it's kind of the big target for Solana. 𝘃𝗶𝗁𝗏𝗏. I don't think people understand how insanely bullish this chart is. Everyone's missing the biggest signal. Sentiment is crushed. Trillions sidelined, waiting for clarity. Timing is lining up. We got Trump, BlackRock, banks, governments, institutions, all openly building on blockchain-based financial systems. It's only a matter of time before crypto does what it always does next. Crypto doesn't need your belief to take over, but they need you to sell. They want you to sell so they can take your crypto. I usually do the opposite of what the masses are doing. That's how I bought every bottom and sold every top over the last 10 years. Yes, I agree. I agree with everything he said. This sums it up. I say it every single feed. This sums up what's happening perfectly. Perfectly. Okay, so we had this video here by 𝗪𝗿𝗶𝗁𝗏𝗏. She was saying, stop crying because prices are coming down. crashes are where real wealth is built, and this is true. But the thing is that 𝗪𝗂 is saying how she sold the top, and crypto's got to go down. Basically acting like she knows everything. And I always say, no influencer knows what crypto's going to do. Even if she did a good job at selling at the right time, she doesn't know what's going to happen now. And if she keeps making predictions, it's not going to look good because she's going to be wrong, as many influencers have been. Now, I've been following 𝗪𝗂 for a while now, and I liked her content, and I agree with a lot of things she says. But for some reason, about a year ago, she started posting all her videos showing her bosom, like showing her breasts. Not fully showing, but her cleavage. Like just sticking her breasts up in every video. And I'm like, dude, you're totally discrediting yourself. She's a successful Bitcoin investor, bought it early. I think she took out a loan or mortgaged her house or something to buy Bitcoin. Had a good time. Did well. She has good content, good advice. No need to put your breasts front and center in the picture, because this is not an OnlyFans account. People are not following you for that. People are following you for crypto. If you want people to follow you for your breasts, then you're in the wrong niche. So my advice to 𝗪𝗂 is to stop doing that. You're not going to get more followers from that. You're going to discredit yourself. So, 𝗪𝗿𝗍𝗃 says ETH is down 33% since the start of 2026. I think it's bottoming. I predict 10,000 ETH by the end of 2027. If ETH goes down to like 1,500, maybe I'll buy it. But I would like it to go down to 1,000. Because then at 10,000, I can get a 10x. But I don't see many X's in ETH at this point. So that's I was a little bit long-winded today, I think. But that's it for today. I hope you guys have a great day. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your family. Be happy. And I'll see you tomorrow.